What's up YouTube? It's your girl Majestic Madness 15 and we're back at it again with another video. And this time we're going to be talking about these Google Pixel Buds Pro 2. I have been using these for the last month almost exclusively, with using, Galaxy Buds here or there to just kind of try my best to compare. And I will say that my initial thoughts, or even just like my 1 month thoughts, are these are the most comfortable headphones I have ever used in my life. I was actually very surprised because I'm used to kind of that shape, that circular shape. I'm used to this kind of shape, just like not really fitting into my ears. I had a very difficult time with the Galaxy Buds Pro 2, and they just never wanted to stay. I felt like the bean shape just made them like fall out. These, on the other hand, are super comfortable. I honestly feel like the majority of the time I don't even know that they're there. And that's one of the things that I've liked. They happen to be the only like earbuds that I've ever worn at the gym that have not fallen out when I run on the treadmill or just do anything. I mean, they might slip a little bit. Sometimes I find myself adjusting them. But overall, they have not like just kind of fallen out like the stem earbuds do, like my Galaxy Buds Pro 3 or my AirPods Pros 1 and 2. So for me, that was a major win for these being very, very good headphones. Outside of that, I just think that they're okay. I know a lot of people have complained about the sound quality and that they're kind of tinny, especially when you're using like the ANC or the transparency. I did not experience those. I honestly did not hear a difference between having active noise cancellation on or off. I never turned an equalizer on for these, so I didn't experience what other people's experienced. I liked the battery life. I felt like I never actually had to charge the case. I just felt like they are always charged and I never had to worry about them. But I feel like they're missing a lot of features for a headphone of this price. Like, these headphones retail for $239. They are right there in the price point of the Galaxy Buds Pro 3 and also the AirPods Pro 2. But I feel like they're lacking. I honestly just feel like they're overall lacking. I mean, they don't have an adaptive mode, which makes no sense to me because they do have the conversation mode, so I don't understand why we can't have an adaptive mode that can just listen to the sounds of your environment and switch between ANC and transparency mode when it hears certain sounds. I did a lot of dog walking during this time that I was using these, and I just found that as much as I liked the active noise cancellation on when I was outside walking, I had to turn my headphones up super, super loud in order to kind of drown out when a giant truck would drive by or when multiple cars drove by. To compare with my Galaxy Buds, I found that, I could walk out with it automatically on transparency mode, and just when stuff drove by or it just got really loud for a second, the ANC would kick in, and that just helped me hear my podcast or my music that much more better, instead of just either turning these up, because I didn't want to actually put them in the ANC, but I didn't want to just leave them in the transparency. So that was kind of annoying, because I have mentioned before that the adaptive mode is one of my favorite things to do when it comes to headphones, because I am sometimes in a noisy environment one moment and a quiet environment another. I also didn't like that it didn't have customizable like settings when it comes to your ANC or your transparency. That's one of the things that I really liked about the Galaxy Buds, is that you could actually dictate how noise canceling or how transparent the modes were. And this one, you're just kind of stuck with whatever they set as fine. I feel like the ANC was fine. I tried them on a plane, and I also tried them, walking around or just in general. I feel like the Galaxy Buds were a little bit better, but unfortunately I don't have an actual measure for that. I felt like when I first used my Galaxy Buds and I was listening to music on a plane, I felt like I barely had to, go past like 40%. and everything would be drowned out, including the engine of the plane. And I mean, these did a really good job, but I just didn't feel that same like lock that I felt in the other ones. And it could just be the style. I feel like these don't go in your ear as much as like the stem headphones do. I feel like there's just a little bit of space. Not that there's not a seal, but like I said, I barely feel like I'm wearing these. I barely feel them on my ears. And I think as a result, that kind of ends up impacting how noise canceling they can actually be. I think they're very good for the style, but it just didn't seem like it was better than my actual Galaxy Buds. If I'm wrong, please tell me in the comments. Or if you've experienced the same thing, definitely let me know. But I just feel like it wasn't as good as my Galaxy Buds. One thing that I actually really liked about these is the fact that they do natively through Google connect to two devices at the same time. I know that the Galaxy Buds will do that, but they will only connect to two Samsung devices. And I just feel like jumping from one device to the other just isn't as smooth as when something pairs directly with Google. My Sony headphones do that as well, where I can just pause on one thing and play on the other and immediately like connect to something else. It's so seamless, it's so smooth because it's actually connected to two things, not it's kind of semi-paired but only connected when something is playing. There's a big difference. If I was at the gym and I was on the treadmill and I finished watching whatever show I was watching, but I wanted to do 5 more minutes, I could just start playing music on my phone and we're already listening. There was no settings you had to press. There was no lag, there was no nothing. It knew what was playing audio when and automatically jumped every time. Now, I think the big question after everything that I said is, will I be keeping these earbuds? And my answer to that is no. I actually do not plan on keeping these earbuds. Mainly because I just don't think that they are worth the $239 price point when you have so many more features on the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro, and then you also have more features on the AirPods Pro 2 as well. I don't think these belong in that price point. I think they could be a little bit cheaper, but I don't think they belong in the price point. I also already have a pair of headphones that pretty much do all of the things that I enjoy with these. I mean, don't get me wrong, these are the most comfortable headphones I have. And if I hadn't just bought the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro, or if I didn't have a pair of over-the-head Sony headphones that were also incredibly comfortable, I would be more inclined to want to keep these. But because I already just don't really prefer to work out in earbuds anyway, the comfortability of them is just not worth the price point. I prefer working out in over-ear headphones, and the over-ear headphones that I have the exact same connectability that these have, where they're connected to more than one device at one time. I also kind of find that I don't really like when the music functions are specific to tapping the earbuds instead of a stem. When it comes to the stem, you can press, you can slide, you can kind of do different motions to actually get things to happen. When you have the motions right there on the earbuds, that means that when my hair is wet, when I'm wearing a hood, or just anything remotely heavy is on my head or over these earbuds, they're constantly being pressed. Music is being paused. Sound is being increased or decreased literally by the motion of just a strand or a section of wet curls. It's not that great. And it's also incredibly difficult when you're already in the motion of working out to try to increase the volume on these, or sometimes even change the song. I felt like I was tapping very hard while I'm running on the treadmill or moving on the elliptical to try to get these to change. So because of that, I can't justify having these when I just overall prefer my Galaxy Buds, and I prefer the adaptive mode and the adaptive noise cancellation and the fact that I can actually customize how noise canceling I want them to be, how transparent I want them to be. In the instances that I like these, it was situations that I was already using my Sony headphones, so because of that, I cannot keep them. But if you are in the market for a comfortable pair of headphones that do have a decent amount of noise cancellation and transparency, and you are already in the Pixel ecosystem, I do think these are worth looking at, especially if they're on sale. I don't think that they belong in that $239-ish price point, but to each his own. But if you want to know more about what I think regarding other technology and other Pixel devices that I've been using, please make sure that you subscribe to this channel, like this video, hit the bell for notifications if you do subscribe, and I will catch you guys at the next one.